Brace yourselves, my darlings. It's the 10th of June and this is the new vlog. And so far this month, I have had five-star reads. And it is only the 10th of June. Updates, Lego, and madness to follow. Roll intro. Hello and welcome to my channel where I talk about books and bricks and brickish things and horror mainly. I love horror. And all things joyful to me anyway. Hope they are to you. But I hope you're all well. How are you keeping? What have you been reading? I've really missed doing these weekly vlogs. I really love having a chat. And but anyway, that's my wrap up. Has to be done. So I thought to begin with, what I would do is update you on where I've been. My friends, this month has been, or it is, it's currently the 10th of June, the best start to a reading month I've ever had in my life. Here's my list. I've read 10 books. It's the 10th of June. I'm not trying for 30 and 30, 31 and 31. It's just one of them was only a short story. And so far, I've had five 5-star reads, 3 4-star reads, and 2 3-star reads. 5-star reads. I'm worried it's all going to go downhill from now on. Do you know what I mean? I'm really quite concerned about it. So we'll have a quick overview of the books I've read so far. So first I read a short story. That's what I mean by, I'm not going to do 31 books in 31 days. That's just ridiculous. Which was this one. Emergency Skin by N.K. Jemisin. This was great. It's part of a short story collection that like a limited series that Amazon do, their original stories. This is great fun. Absolutely brilliant. And yeah, very much set in like a sci-fi future world. I can't really say anything about it because if I do, I'm just going to give it away. It's only like a 50-page story, but there's about 6 of them at the moment. I'm going to read Paul Tremblay's one next, but this had the highest rating of all of them, and it was an exceptional story. So, yeah, check them out, love. They're all on KU, and they're always usually pretty good. Do you know what I mean? Then next, I read Solace House by Will McLean. I was reading this at the end of the last vlog, and I finished it at the beginning. It was my first book of June. This was just so good. It's like a haunted house with a twist. These university students are paid to go and clear out this old asylum and house that's attached to it so that the university can look at it and decide whether they want to take it over and turn it into, a university property. When they go into the house, it's like a hoarder. And it turns out the man who was living there possibly found the key to another dimension. Sounds a bit wacky, doesn't it? But it's just incredible. I absolutely loved this. I couldn't put it down. And the characters are fantastic. The house is creepy as, and I mean, really, really creepy. And then what actually happens, I feel like I was something stuck to me. Is really quite disturbing and brutal, but absolutely brilliant story. Great opening to the month, and that was a 5-star read. I read 2 of my normal encyclopedia ones, in bed, which I'm not going to talk about because, I'll talk about them at the end of the month. And then I had 2 of my most anticipated ARC reads for the month. Kiss, Slay and Replay by Rachel Harrison. Now, Rachel Harrison is an author for me. I absolutely love something on my lip. Hang on a second. Proper driving me mad. Anyway. I don't edit my videos, by the way, my darlings. You probably can tell. I just press the button and go, and what happens, what happens. I don't censor myself. If I go wrong, I go wrong. Life's already online tries to be so perfect, and we are not perfect. We are human beings. Anyway, Kiss Slay Replay by Rachel Harrison. This is about a woman called Willa, and she's broken up with her long-term boyfriend, and she's grieving about that, even though it was her decision. And she's invited to two of her closest friends' weddings, and they're all part of the same college group, so she knows she's going to see her ex-partner, ex-fiance. And so she goes to the wedding, and it turns into a slasher. Somebody turns up, starts killing the guests. She dies, and then wakes up, and it's the same morning again. This happens several times. Each time she dies and wakes up. But this, I'm not going to tell you what happens, but because I don't want to spoil it. But the twists in this, they are crackers. They're so crackers, so crazy, so feral. She writes the most wonderful feminist character. Willa, to begin with, really annoyed me because she's kind of like, well, you made the decision. Why are you upset about it? You're the one who left him. Why are you upset he's got somebody else? But anyway, she ends up in a time loop. It's a time loop slasher, and you know she has to find a way out of it. And does she or does she not? I ain't telling you, but it's a cracker of a story. It's one of my favourites of Rachel. It's one of my favourite ones she's ever written, just because it was gruesome and gory. But my God, it was so much fun, so much fun. Then after that, I went straight into Serenity Falls by C.J. Tudor. Oh my Lord. I was so spoiled. This was in the first few days of June, and I read both of these books in a day. Well, one day, one the next day. I love C.J. Tudor. I absolutely love her book so much. I love the way she writes characters. Her dialogue is so crisp and just brilliant. And this is about a her father and daughter in Manchester, and his mother dies, and he finds out he's been left this very beautiful home in this gated community in Florida, where everything is provided and supposedly it's the perfect place to live. There's no crime in Serenity. It's quite a lot of accidents. Anyway, they turn up, beautiful house, everything provided, and they walk into the back garden. In the swimming pool is a dead body. Well, turns out that's an accident. Accidents happen, right? This is creepy and insidious. Each chapter is told from the perspective of either a living person or someone who died. And it tells the history, basically, of what's happening, really, in Serenity Falls. It is like Stepford Wives on acid. It is genuinely unsettling. This place is kind of like, they say that once you're there, you never want to leave. Because comes a point when you're like, actually, can I leave? What would happen if I did? Why is there all these empty houses? People have just left and nobody's taken them on. Do you know what's happening? What's going on? Accidents, weird accidents are happening. It's absolutely sensational. Another 5-star read. Then after that, I read Devil in Transit by Patrick McNulty. This is out now. You can buy this. This is part of his Monsters and Mayhem series. And he just writes the most fantastic short horrors. This is it's under 200 pages. And this is the best one yet. I think this is the 6th in the series. I think 5th or 6th. I've read all of them and I arc read for him. And this is a religious horror, basically. It's about this priest who's in a church and he's keeping a deadly secret. This woman, who used to be a drug addict, is helping him out. She comes back and finds him dead. Then this other man turns up who used to be part of like a religious militia. If you've ever read Miracle Sin by Marcus Hawke, this has the same kind of feel to it, and it's just as sensational. And anyway, so turns out there's something buried in the church that's trying to get out, and it can possess other people. It was very fast-paced, brilliant, scary, creepy, gruesome. The body horror is juicy, juicy, juicy Lucy. Juicy Lucy. You're going to love this if you like a good juicy horror. Another 5-star read. Next was Long Time Gone by Charlie Donnelly. I picked this up because I like a lot of other booktubers, and one of those is what Michaela reads. And I'm not a big thriller fan myself, I prefer horror, but I love her. I think she's just the sweetest girl, and she really likes this author. I thought, do you know, I'm going to try some of the ones she's recommended. So I tried this one. Well, colour me impressed, that's what I'm going to say. It's about this woman who is a forensic scientist, and she gets offered a place on this very prestigious 2-year course, and she's given her assignment as forensic genealogy. So as part of that, even though she knows she's adopted, she decides to do a DNA test. And it turns out she is a missing baby. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 30, must be 30. Can't be 20, can it? She's not that young. 30 years ago, this couple and their baby went missing from a very powerful family. Anyway, this detective turns up and he says, look, I've been looking into this for years. It's all very weird. And a lot of people around it started, dying off. Can you help me? So she introduced herself to this very, very powerful family that runs this town, and to find out what happened to her parents and how come she ended up in the adoption system. Why didn't she go back to the family? And then there are twists and turns and cul-de-sacs and roundabouts and, oh my lord, brilliant. A brilliant thriller. One of the best thrillers I've ever read. I'm so impressed. I plan on reading some more of his. I also read another thriller by something that also was recommended by Michaela, called The Good Girl by Samantha Dunne. Now, this one was a dark thriller because it covers some very painful subjects. So please check the content warnings on this one. But it's about this woman who seems to have her life together. She's got a job. She loves cleaning. She looks after her younger sister. She cooks her meals. And then she goes home and goes upstairs, and locked in her spare room is her man, cable tied to a chair, rotting in his own feces. Anyway, then you go back through the story of why. What happened to her when she was a child was brutal. It's set in Ireland, and the Garda who looked after her is a detective inspector called Jerry Hughes, I think he is, or Jerry, definitely. And he's been keeping an eye on her and her sister since after what happened. And he's very worried about her, but he just doesn't see that she could be doing this. Because these men are going missing, and anyway, it's just astonishing. You'll absolutely love the characters. Some of them are abysmal, some of them are horrible, and some of them you are so glad what comes to them, but others, your heart will break for them. It's just all the emotions in this. But it is a very dark thriller, as I said, so please check the content warnings before you go into this. And the last one, the one I read yesterday, was The Caretaker by Marcus Kliewer. Now, last month I read We Used to Live Here, which I enjoyed, but I was disappointed with. But I thought I'd give it another go because everybody said this was really good. So I thought I'd give it a go, and it is very good. I really enjoyed it. Sorry, I had a bit of a coughing fit and my throat's still a bit dodgy. But anyway, yes, it's about this girl who is really hard on her luck. And she's taking care of her younger sister. There's a theme, is there not? And so she accepts this job, house sitting this property. This is in quite a posh area of the city for this woman whose husband's died. And for 3 days, and she's offered $9,000 to do this, because there are a set of specific rights that she has to do in order to stop something ending the world. Now she thinks it's all superstitious nonsense, but she thinks, well, 9 grand, 9 grand, just look after a house, fantastic. Anyway, so then all the weirdness starts happening. She has to go around the house between 3 and 4 and make sure the lights stay off. So they keep switching on, just turn them off. Then if she sees someone outside with blue eyes, she has to try and convince them that everything's all right. It's very weird, very creepy, and yeah, there's a lot of suspense in this one, a lot of tension in this one. I really enjoyed it. It's also it's quite scary. Do you know what I mean? The idea of it is scary because the idea is that perhaps the woman who's left is not coming back, and somebody always has to be there. So yeah, it's but you don't really know until the end, and the end is absolutely fabulous. I really enjoyed this. Now, this was a cracking horror story because it's a creeping horror. Do you know, it's not in your face horror. It's kind of, it's a bit unsettling and unnerving, and the things that happen are a bit creepy, but it's not straight in your face horror, really. Do you know what I mean? It's not particularly gruesome or gory, I don't think. Not for me anyway. I mean, but then my palate is desensitized, so might be. So bear that in mind. But I absolutely love this. It's only just come out and it's 99p on a Kindle deal. So I'm so glad I tried them again because this was exceptional. Really enjoyed it. But yeah, apart from that, everything's been trundling on quite well here, really. Just waiting for my sister to arrive at the end of June with my scooter so I can go off pootling. And yeah, the cats are fine. I'm okay. Just waiting for my medication to be delivered today. And yeah, all is well, my loves. I hope you're okay. And I'll check in again soon, especially when I get a little bit of a Lego delivery. So I'm down to my last Lego set, which is a bit disturbing. But there's nothing I really wanted until June. So I've ordered a couple and I'm waiting for double points on the 19th and I'll order some more. But there's 2 coming today. Oh, no, today, Friday. Today's today, Wednesday. Friday. Losing track of the days, my loves. Losing track. But I'll let you know what I've got. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.
Okay, my lovelies. Look, I'm building this tonight. This is obviously Shrek, Ginger, Shrek and Donkey. Donkey looks a bit cursed. Let's be honest. There's 3 little booklets. One for Shrek, one for Donkey. It's the teeth, I think. The teeth are a bit weird, aren't they? And then one for Gingy. 5 bags, Lego tray ready. Off we go. And there you go, all completed. Isn't it cute? Gingy, Shrek, Cursed Donkey. But it's very cute. I love Brickheadz. They're one of my favourite Legos to make. But yeah, there you go. That's my Friday night entertainment, my friends. I know how to live.
Well, this is a strange angle, isn't it? I just had a lovely visit yesterday. My gorgeous stepson and his partner, and my little granddaughter Faith turned up on my door unexpectedly. They live about an hour and a half away, so I didn't expect them. I didn't know they were coming. It's so exciting. She's so gorgeous. She's 10 months old. It's her birthday party in a couple of months. I can't wait. But that was fun. So that's proper made my month, if I'm honest. But apart from that, I've been reading. I've read 11 books so far now. It's currently is it the 13th? Saturday, the 13th of June. And my books for today are going to be Demonic Foes, which is 25 years as a psychiatrist, looking into whether possession is real. It's non-fiction. It's great fun. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that one. So I'm reading that one at the moment. I'm also reading one of the Abominable Book Club ones, which was Something in the Walls by Daisy Pearce. It's about a psychologist who starts looking after a girl who says she's being haunted by a witch in a small Cornish village of Balathel. Great cover. I love the eye. It says, a taut tale of cults, witch bottles, curses, witchcraft, and the old ways. The perfect dark, creepy, witchy read. Because, my friends, it's Summerween, is it not? So, well, it doesn't really start till July, but we're starting early. I read horror all year. Horror. Enunciate, Sharon. I read horror all year. So, yeah, looking forward to that. So that's my reads today. And, yeah, I'm doing some washing. It's a beautiful day here. And yeah, cat's been sick on the steps, so I need on the staircase up to upstairs, so I need to clean that up. It was a hairball, just waiting for it to dry up a bit, so it's easier to get rid of. But yeah, apart from that, all is well in my world. So I check in. Hope you're okay, my loves. Speak to you soon. Bye bye. Hello, my lovelies. Hope you're okay. Quick check in. It's now Monday, the 15th of June. It's a lovely sunny day. The weather's beautiful in Devon. It's like 23, 24 degrees is perfect. It's just right. Nice breeze, but lovely out. I've been outside reading, basically. I've been doing. Even got my summer dress on, which is covered in cats. Anyway, I finished reading Demonic Foes by Dr. Richard Gallagher. This was fascinating. It's a study. It's basically detailing his career, working with the Catholic priests, undergoing exorcisms as the medical professional to decide whether or not it's an actual case of possession or whether it's, you know, a mental health illness or symptomology. It's fantastic. But it is incredibly scholarly. I studied psychology, so a lot of this makes a lot of sense to me. But if you didn't, I think it's quite dense to get through. It's taken me a couple of days because there was even a couple of words in here I had to look up. I'm like, what's that mean? So, yeah, but I enjoyed it. It was good. It was a 3-star read. It's very difficult, isn't it, to judge non-fiction, don't you think? I think it's quite hard, more so than fiction. But anyway, yeah, so it was good. And then I am reading currently Something in the Walls by Daisy Pearce, which is about Mina, who's a child psychologist. She's nearly qualified or newly qualified, and she gets asked by a journalist called Sam to go and look into this or to give a psychological assessment, because she's a child psychologist, on this young girl called Alice, who's a teenager, and she is being haunted by a witch. So she goes to this tiny village in Cornwall with him to find out what's going on. It all gets a bit weird, and you're still not absolutely sure whether it's real or not. But this little village is kind of steeped in witchcraft. They have hagstones over the doors to prevent witches coming in. There's witches' bottles, curses. It's all very kind of within the bones of this village. And is she just doing it because she wants to get her family out of their very poor house and situation, or is she really, seeing things and hearing things? So it's interesting. It's very fast paced. I'd say at the moment it's currently about a 3.5-star read. I would think about halfway through. It's very fast paced, but it's not doing anything that I haven't kind of read before, really. But it's good fun. It's easy to read, and yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So that's where I am, my darlings, at the moment. Cats are all right. They're enjoying the nice weather. I'm quite enjoying it, even though I don't like the heat, but it's not too bad. And yeah, did a load of washing because the weather is gorgeous, and done my housework, and it's now 10:30 in the morning, and I'm going to go back to my book. I thought I'd quickly check in. Hope whatever you're doing, you're having a fantastic time, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.
Hello, my lovelies. Time to sign off another weekly vlog. How fast has that gone? Sometimes the weeks just disappear through my fingers. It's terrifying, really. Anyway, today I had my outside plug put in and my outside light, and which I'd planned to do. However, what I hadn't planned to do is that when the man who came, it was lovely, Ian, his name is, nice guy, local. He's done a fantastic job. But when he looked at the circuit, where all the circuits are, the box, the electric box, is from the 70s and needs completely replacing. So a job that was going to cost me 200 quid is now going to cost me 600. But hey ho, hey ho. Every time you start something, you find something else. But anyway, reading update. I finished this. Something in the Walls. It was all right, actually. I'm not sure if the ending worked for me, but I'm not sure I have to think on it. By the end of the month, I'll have thought on it. But yes, it was all right. It's very creepy, quite gruesome. There's some really difficult subjects in this, so please check the content warnings. And it is kind of, yeah, it's creepy. It's creepy. And it's kind of ambiguous because you don't really know. Some of it seems real and some of it doesn't. So interesting book, but I enjoyed it. I mean, I flew through it. It was interesting. I wanted to know what happened. But yeah, so I finished that one. And I've just started, finally. I've had this one for so long. The House in the Cerulean Sea by DJ Clune. I know there's some controversies around this book. But this was a gift. So I'm going to read it and see what I think. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. It's about a man who works as basically a magical auditor, and he goes around these orphanages where these children are put who have powers to assess them. And the company he works for, which is, I can't remember what it's called, is it the department in charge of magical youth. It's very, very dodgy, very dodgy. So he gets sent to this orphanage that is out right at the end of like in a peninsula, on an island actually, and the children there have incredibly powerful powers and are terribly feared. So I haven't got far into it, but I really like Linus, who's the guy. He's like a pen pusher basically, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Yeah, looking forward to see what happens. So just started reading that. So I lost my voice again. It's very annoying, but I've had a strange day, really. It was nice to get the electric done, ready for my scooter to come in. And I've got an outside light, which I switch on from inside, which is great. But I have not felt well at all today. I feel very, very unwell. Um, it's the nature of my illnesses, sadly. But so I've had a really quiet day, just been reading and just relaxing as much as I can. But I hope you're all right. I hope you've had a good week. Let me know what you've been doing. Let me know what you've been reading. Let me know what you've been making. I'm waiting for the 19th for the double points so I can order some Lego. And apart from that, all is well. All is well, pretty much. So, you remember, my darlings, stay warm or cool, stay hydrated, keep reading fantastic books, building Lego, doing whatever brings you joy. And if you like my little corner of the internet where things are very normal and not edited in any way, and is safe here, then please consider subscribing and give me a like. I'm still going to carry on because it's like having someone to talk to, and I don't see many people, so it's good fun for me. But thank you so much for everybody who supports me. I'm so grateful. And yeah, I'll see you all next week. I'm actually going out on Monday. I know. I'm going out for my breakfast club with my retired ladies, and then I'm not sure where we're going, but I will film it, no doubt. So you take care, my loves, and I'll see you all next week. Farewell. Bye bye.